Robin is a first-time caller out of Detroit, Michigan. Robin, thank you for calling and thanks for holding. Get it off your chest.
Hi, how you doing?
All is well.
I love your show, by the way, too.
Thank you.
I do. Like, I saw you on YouTube. I mean, I remember I saw you on I remember it was a Geraldo show with Shahrazad Ali.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And I was just like, yeah, I mean, and it's amazing that, one, I think that to answer your question so far as like interracial marriage, I
do you believe in interracial dating and marriage?
Yes, I believe in it.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I don't, but,
But what? Go ahead.
Well, I believe in interracial marriage and dating. I don't believe in intercultural philosophy so far as different religions. And, for, interracial marriage, like there are examples when you see Moses in the Bible, and this is where, the Hebrews, got them out of slavery from the Egyptians. He married a Midianite, if that's, the accurate way to, to say the word, but they're relatives to the Egyptians. But, also in the Bible that the Bible strictly talks about that, you have to be equally yoked. And so for me, it makes no sense for someone who is Muslim to marry a devoted Christian. Because, when you have children raised in that household, it does give them the freedom to choose between right and wrong. And this is me as a Christian talking about this. It's like I do want my children to be raised in a Christian faith, as well as understanding, false ideologies. But, when you talk about different belief systems and stuff like that, that's something I just don't agree with. I think people have a right.
Are you black, Robin?
I'm sorry. Yes, I am.
And so have you dated outside of the black race?
Yes, I have.
And what other races of women have you dated?
I've dated Middle Eastern. I haven't dated Asian. I've dated white.
Have you ever dated
Russian.
black? Have you ever dated black women?
I'm married to one.
Oh, you are? How's that going?
You know what? It's very difficult. But I mean, it's getting better.
What's difficult about it?
The difficulty is that she's indoctrinated to believe that a black man is trying to control her. And I think a lot of black women think that. And, also, I think you made a statement earlier that black women don't like black men. I agree with that, too. I mean, I think that black women, they don't like an educated black man.
No, black women don't like black men, period. And it doesn't matter if they're educated or uneducated. They hate black men because their mothers have turned them away from men.
Yeah, that's true. My mother, she was trying to turn me away from my father.
Yeah.
And I remember she kicked me out the house when I was like 16, and the person that was there was my dad. Now, my dad was married, and he had a family. And when I stayed with my dad, it was a totally different dynamic.
Yes.
It's like he taught me responsibility. He never said anything negative to me, but he always told me the truth. And he said that, one thing in life is that you have to be accountable for what you do. And so, if you decide to go a path, you have to understand what's going to happen. And, it specifically goes to what the Bible says. It's like you reap what you sow. And, this idea of what I see most black women, and it's funny, too, because they have, I can't curse, so I'm not going to do that.
Right.
They have to tell the truth. They tell the half truth about it. They say that he who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. But, I mean, they forgot in the Bible that it say that you must submit to your husband.
That's right.
And they're having a problem with that. And so they're choosing to say, hey, well, I want a man who finds me and stuff, but they refuse to submit. And then they fail to understand the dynamic of why that relationship didn't work out. And so they know the truth. I believe that they're not dumb. I believe that men and women, they're smarter than what they seem. I mean,
is your wife a Christian?
Yes, she is.
Amazing, the worst kind.
Yeah, I mean.
Do you have children with her?
No.
No children. How long you been married?
4 years.
And it's not work. Is it working out or no?
It's working out. It's getting better. I had to like really tell her the truth. Like I had
Yeah.
to, yeah, because it's like even how she responded, like, and it was like it's like I had to get to a point of training. Like I couldn't speak to her one on one like I can't speak to her one on one like I speak to you.
Let me ask you
Like,
this: have you
and-
gone and forgiven your mother for what she did to you?
I have.
Have you?
I really have, but I mean, it's like I have, but it's like I really haven't. Like I haven't forgotten 100%. I really haven't.
You haven't forgiven her.
I have.
Go and forgive your mother so you can overcome her nature that's inside of you, because right now you have the nature of your mother. And as long as you have the nature of your mother, you're going to deal with women and other people the same way that a woman deal with life. But but when you go and forgive your mother, God's going to take her identity away from you and give you back your identity, which is of your father. Then you can deal with women properly. Otherwise, you're not going to make it with your wife because you're married to your mother. You become
I noticed.
Yeah, you become
I'm not
attracted
denying
to.
that either.
Yeah. So go to your mother and say, look, mother, I'm sorry for being angry at you for the way you were. Whatever it was, tell her what it was. I realize that you could not help yourself. You're filled with anger. You tried to turn me away from my father, and I'm sorry for holding that against you. Don't ask her to forgive you, and don't be saying, oh, I love you. You don't love her. You can't have anger and love anyone. So, but forgive her, and then God will forgive you. Then you can deal with not only your wife, but everybody in a perfect way.
Thank you.
But you got to forgive your mother.
All right. I definitely will, yeah. I
And
will.
it's going to be hard to do. You're going to be scared, but it's the last time you ever experienced fear in your life, all right?
Yes, sir.
Will you let me know how it goes, Robin?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And do it right away
yes,
so you
sir.
can get past this.
Okay.
All right. God bless you, buddy.
All right, thank you, sir.
All
Thank
right. Let me go right back to the phone. Robin been waiting a long time out of Detroit.
I'm just here to call back to tell you that I talked to my mother.
Oh, you did?
And I forgave her. Yeah, I did.
And so let
what
me
you
do it.
said-
So you went to your mother to forgive her for what she had done to you, right? And so
Yes.
are you nervous on the way?
Oh, I was scared. I was really scared. I was afraid.
And what were you afraid of?
Mostly the retaliation,
Yeah.
The victim blaming, like, I don't understand, I've been nothing but good to you
Right.
type of attitude whatsoever. But it wasn't like that.
So you
like,
get
I
there,
prayed
what
before
happened?
I got there.
You prayed?
Yeah, I prayed before I got there.
Good idea.
did.
Good idea. And you go in, and what happened?
Well, I told the truth, just like what you said. I was very truthful
Yes.
to her. An interesting thing is that when I was talking to her, it was as if her face lit up. Like she was really smiling. Like she had tears and everything.
Nice.
Like I think she probably had a feeling that I really resented her, because I really don't talk to her that much. I think the only time I'll probably have a conversation with her is when she calls every 6 months, to see how I'm doing.
Yes. And so you said, I resented you for these reasons, and she said she was sorry?
She did. But, the funny thing is that when I was doing that,
Yes.
it was as if it was just like, it was completely forgotten.
Yes.
Like, I felt like I genuinely forgave her. Like, and then she told me some things, like, about, pretty much before me and my brother was born. And, I was like, wow, she's never talked to me like that before.
Yes.
She never has ever talked to me. And it was just, because as a kid growing up, it was always her going to work. And when she come home, she just, talk to her mother and, her father all the time. Then, we're just pretty much doing our own thing until she'll tell us to do some chores. And that's basically it.
Yeah.
Like, but this was it was phenomenal. It really was. It felt good. It
Yes,
felt really
sir.
amazing, too.
Most
so,
mothers don't act that way, but my mother did the same thing. She started crying and she apologized. And then she told me some things about her life I had no idea because she had never told me those things before. And you're absolutely right. When you truly forgive, you forget. It as though it never happened to you.
yeah. And, I went home, talked to my wife about it. I told her what I did. And I said, you have to go to your father and forgive him.
Yes.
And the reason why I kind of figured that she had issues with her father, she comes from a two-parent household as well. And, because she would tell me things when she disagrees. When we have a disagreement, she will always say, oh, I feel like you're accusing me. Or I feel like, you're blaming me. And then when I don't want to talk to her anymore, she was like, oh, you're punishing me. And I remember specifically, this was during a family thing from Thanksgiving. Her father came up to me and said, oh, you're putting your personal spoon in the Jell-O. I was like, no, I'm not. This is the serving spoon. He's like, oh, okay, well, shoot, for a second, I was about to punish you. And I was just like, oh, okay, I see where she got that from.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
she's, she was very defensive. And I told her, I think, I didn't say I think. I said, since I did this, and this was very scary for me, though, I did it for, not only for myself, but the benefit of our marriage. And I think you need to do it, too.
Is she going to do it?
To do this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't force her to do it.
Right.
I can't force, because, I know this sounds racist, but you know how black women are. They think they're their own boss, they're independent, they know so much. And I'm like, no, you don't. Like, no, you don't.
That's right.
Like,
and that doesn't sound racist to me because racism does not exist. That sounds true to me, not racist.
Oh, okay, then.
Yeah.
It's true.
You got to start speaking the language of the lie.
Okay. That's what's up. Yeah.
Well, Robin, God bless you, man. You're on your way. Make sure you stay with the silent prayer. You haven't seen anything yet. And be honest, but be patient with your wife. And in about 50 years, just before you die, she'll come around and then you'll die.
Wow, that's I hope you're joking. Like, I really am. Man, oh yeah, that made my day right there. That's excellent. But no, that was good. But I really do want to thank you because, I hear people say, well, you should just let whatever you have against your mother go. But when you said I should forgive my mother, no one has ever explained it like you have.
Yes.
It's like how you explain it. It was like just in that moment I kind of saw within myself, and I was just like, yeah, that is weird.
Yes.
Because it's like he's telling the truth. It's like you're telling the truth. And no, in fact, I could probably say there's not a minister in my life that actually said it until you said it.
Yeah, they're too afraid to. Because they hate their mothers too, and they're afraid of their wives, and they would never tell you the truth. They're afraid to tell you the truth because their wives will beat them up.
Yeah, and I'm going to marriage counseling, and it was always on my wife's side. It's like, okay, well, I'm doing all this. What does she do?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, we'll get to you in a second. It's like, that's a lie. You'll never get to me. Like, you'll just say, oh, just keep doing this. Like, do what Sims do. Like, do what Betas do. Keep doing that, and then she'll come around. And I'm like, that's not true. She'll get worse. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So now you can take that money and donate it to my nonprofit because this is what we're doing to help men.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
Robin, thank you so much, man. God bless you. And keep in touch. Call me again.
Hey, thank you. I definitely will. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Amazing.